Hello everyone, welcome to Yamaguchi Japan Speaking to Radio. I'm your host, Dr. Issa. This is, wait a minute, 34th. Yeah, the episode 34th, 034. And today, in this episode, I will talk about the difference between Japan and Australia, where I lived as an exchange student, but just for 1 hour, not 1 hour, 1 year, sorry. And and I lived in Queensland. So the comparison is Japan and Queensland. I don't know about other cities of Australia. I do not, and also I do not. So today, in this topic, especially I will talk about the shopping. What is the difference between two countries' shopping? I felt especially small objects which make our life comfortable or useful goods, for example, their sticky tape, adhesive tape, I think, in Japan, which is called gum tape, which is used for packing or something, usually which is whose color is light brown. You can imagine, I didn't know that what is called in English Japanese gum tape. Wait a minute. I'm checking with my laptop. Check up the English name. English. Gaffer. Or packaging tape. Packing tape. Sorry. Packing tape. I think you can imagine packing tape. Anyway, the price of packing tape. Price of packing tape is very expensive. I remember, which was the 10 Australia dollars or 15 Australia dollars. It's very expensive. It was. I didn't know now, but 8 years ago, around that, it was just one roll. Just one roll, 15 Australia dollars or something, or 10 Australia dollars something. It is very expensive. It is translated. It's equivalent about Japanese yen 1,000 yen or something. And in Japan, which is sold at 200 yen or something, it is 5 times or 4 times or more expensive in Australia. And I thought it was very chance if I bring a lot of the packing tapes, plenty amounts of rolls of packing tapes from Japan in my suitcase, and then I will then I sell them for QCA's students, Queensland College of Arts students, $8 Australia dollars or something. It's a very lucrative business, I think. I thought at that time. and this, it is said for the same thing is said for art materials. Art college students use a lot of art materials. You can imagine. Of course, we are creator. We are artists. Especially in the canvas. I mean the linen canvas is very expensive compared to the Japan. In Australia is very expensive, that one. So maybe 3 times or something. But it is very big. It's not easy to bring the linen canvas from Japan and personally, I mean. But the price is very different. And the cotton canvas is not so very big difference there. There is no very big difference. But linen one is very, very expensive in Australia. And watercolor paint is also expensive, I think. 3 times or something. So it is, but watercolor paintings usually in tiny tubes, so it is very easy to bring. I'm talking about as a point of business, from the point of the view of business. Anyway. And but daily products, about daily products, basically, generally speaking, not all, I think, not all shops, but generally speaking, the small object, as I've already said, the small one, dairy products, for example, so the sneakers or pens or pencil sharpeners or a lot of things. For example, the clips, and anything is very expensive compared to Japan. I think it is because Australia, the dense of population is very low, so the cost of distribution is maybe expensive. So that's why the small objects, cheap objects, they cannot reduce that kind of items costs because they have to cover the distributing cost, I think, or importing cost. So a little bit, not a little bit, very, very far from Australia, from Australia to the other countries. Yes, the maybe factories, a lot of factories in Chinese or Indonesia or something, somewhere, and to import from there. It must be costly, or especially from Europe. It's very, very Europe and America, very very far from Australia, and the shipping cost is enormous, I think, especially for the small objects. The objects itself are not so expensive, but the distributing and shipping cost is very very expensive, so they cannot reduce the price of small objects. Yeah. Okay. It is my hypothesis. I had never confirmed their fact, so you can check. Anyway, so that's why. I don't know that's why, but I think that's why the expensive object is not so different. The same expensive object, laptop computers, and cars. Although I didn't buy a car in Australia. I have never driven by myself in Australia during my stay in Australia, and I didn't have a driver license. But the car's price is not so different. I think the same price. And so anyway, the expensive refrigerator is not so different, I think. But the cheaper refrigerator is expensive compared to Japan. According to my hypothesis. Okay. So the cost of daily life is basically, and generally speaking, very expensive compared to Japan. I think Japan is in Japan the smaller objects and not so expensive objects is basically much lower price compared to other developed countries, especially in Australia and in England. I think I heard England is in England the daily products are expensive and it's very costly to live in London, for example. to live, the apartment rent and and small objects and the toilet paper and other objects, of course, food and beverage. So beverage is expensive in Australia. There are few vending machines in Australia, not so plenty of unlike Japan, I think. There are a lot of vending machines every corners of streets. There are vending machines all over the world, all over the nation, all over Japan. Sorry, but in Australia, not so many. Just a few. Just one vending machine in big station or the station of buses, and just one or two vending machines in college, in one college, and so that however the price of just one mineral water in plastic bottle, just one plastic bottle of water is $3 or $4 Australian dollars, which is 300 yen in Japanese currency. But we can get in Japanese just 1 yen or 1 100 yen. Sorry, one yen is very cheap. 100 yen and 120 yen, which is just $1 or $1.15 or something. It's very different. The beverage is very expensive, so I always bring when I lived in Australia, I went to the supermarket, so a big discount shop to buy water. Water. I drink tap water. I didn't buy the plastic bottle of water so much, but I like ginger beer. Do you know ginger beer? In Japan, nobody knows ginger beer. What is ginger beer? Which is alcohol, like just normal beer. But anyway, no, it's non-alcohol beverage I like. And so I went to the supermarket or a discount shop, big discount shop, and to buy 12 or 12 bottle of ginger beer, which is cheaper compared to buying in vending machines or like a kiosk, newspaper kiosk. I didn't know. Newspaper stand. I can't remember, but there is a specific naming for the small tiny shop, which is like a convenience store, but more smaller, much smaller, and they sell kind of snacks on the newspaper, postcards. Newspaper something I heard. I cannot remember. I'm awfully sorry. Anyway, but to buy in that kind of a small shop or a vending machine, it's expensive. So I thought I found that fact when during my stay in Australia. So is it interesting to listen to their talk about the differences between Japan and Australia from Japanese point of view? Okay, I hope you enjoyed my talk. Thank you for listening to Speaking Tube Radio. Have a nice day. Balete.